Good afternoon to all our students, those who are listening this learning class. It's me, Kamal Kishi. Today I am here to discuss about nervous system on the basis of NEB Class 12 Zoology course. Dear students, first of all, let's know about nervous system or nervous coordination. Nervous system is those system which coordinate, regulate, and control all other system in human body. Functional unit of nervous system is neuron or nerve cell. Nervous system of higher animal performs three functions. These are receiving, processing, modulating, and responding. Some function of nervous systems are it stimuli or impulses are carried to central nervous system from muscles and vice versa. It coordinates various organ system. It stimulates and inhibit the activities of muscles. It helps to maintain the homeostatic condition. Parts of nervous systems are central nervous system, CNS. It includes brain and spinal cord. Peripheral nervous system, PNS. It includes the nerves arising from central nervous system. Autonomic nervous system, ANS. It includes nerves and ganglia extending up to visceral organs. It works involuntarily. Central nervous system. First of all, brain. Brain is highly specialized delicate organ located in skull or cranium. It is about 1.4 kg. Brain is covered by three layers known as meninges. Outer layer is dura mater. It is just located below the skull. It is highly vascular, tough, white, fibrous tissue. It supports the brain spinal cord. Middle layer is arachnoid. It is middle, delicate, and thin fibrous covering below the subdural cavity. Inner layer, pyometer. It is thin, delicate, and highly vascular innermost layers. It is separated from arachnoid membrane by subarachnoid space. The space is filled with continued connective tissue and cerebrospinal fluid or CSF. CSF. CSF is secreted from anterior and posterior choroids plexus. It performs some functions. They are it acts as cushion shock absorber. It acts as medium for exchange of different materials through the blood vessels. It keeps the brain and spinal cord moist. It makes the brain weightless. Now, dear students, let's go about to discuss the structure of human brain. Human brain is divided into three parts. They are forebrain, prosencephalon, midbrain, mesocephalon, hindbrain, rhombencephalon. Here is a simple figure of the brain. Please, dear student, practice yourself that here is showing different parts of the brain. Right cerebral hemisphere, skull, scalp, frontal lobes of cerebral hemisphere, thalamus, sinus, hypothalamus, pituitary body, corpus callosum, third ventricle, pineal body, midbrain, cerebellum, skull, pons, medulla oblongata, spinal cord, vertebral column is shown in this figure. First of all, the forebrain. Forebrain also consists of three parts. They are olfactory lobes, cerebrum, and diencephalon. Olfactory lobes. Olfactory lobes have anterior olfactory bulb and posterior olfactory tract. These parts are fully covered by cerebral hemisphere and ventral views can be seen. Cavity of lobes is called first ventricle. Olfactory lobes are poorly developed in human. Function of olfactory is to receive the sense of smell. Now turn of cerebrum. Cerebrum is more complex and large part of the brain. It is divided into left and right hemisphere. Both hemispheres are connected by nerve fibers called corpus callosum. Outer layer of cerebrum is known as cerebral cortex, formed of convolution. Raised part are called gay and depressed are called sulci. Each hemisphere can be divided into frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital lobes by sulci. There are different areas on the cerebrum. These are motor area for movement, sensory area for heat, cold, light, pressure, touch, auditory area for hearing, visual area for seeing, olfactory area for taste and smell. Each hemisphere receives information from opposite side of the body. Cavity of each cerebral hemisphere is called lateral ventricles. Function of cerebrum are it control all mental and conscious activities like intelligence, memory, reason, will, feelings, and emotion. It is the site of originator of voluntary acts and interpreter of sense. It is a control center of reflex actions. Diencephalon. Diencephalon is just lies below the corpus callosum and the midbrain. It has also three parts. They are epithalamus, thalamus, hypothalamus. Epithalamus is anterior part and folded to form anterior choroid plexus which secrete CSF. There is a pineal body behind the choroid plexus. It secretes melatonin hormone. Thalamus is the part which consists of optic chiasma. It is sensory relay station. Hypothalamus consists of hypophysis or pituitary gland attached to a stall called infundibulum. Pituitary gland is a master gland. The cavity behind the lateral ventricle is called third ventricle. It is connected with ventricle of cerebrum by foramen of Monroe. Function of diencephalon is it serves as relay center between spinal cord and brain. It regulates emotions and perceptions. Middle brain is the brain which connects forebrain with hindbrain. It has two parts. They are corpora quadrigemina and crura cerebri. Corpora quadrigemina are two pairs of round lobes. First pair is called superior colliculi, which concerned with vision. Second pair is called inferior colliculi, which concerned with hearing. Crura cerebri are two bundles of fibers which lies on the lower surface of the midbrain. It relays the impulses back and forth between the cerebellum, pons, and medulla oblongata. Now, turn of hindbrain. Hindbrain consists of cerebellum, pons beroli, and medulla oblongata. Cerebellum is the second largest part of brain, located behind posterior part of brain. It has three lobes. Cavity of cerebellum is called fourth ventricle, communicating with third ventricle through aqueduct of Sylvius. Function of cerebellum is it coordinates muscular body movement and controls reflex action of skeletal muscles activities. Pons beroli. It is situated in front of cerebellum and above the medulla oblongata and join medulla oblongata with the midbrain. Its fiber is of white matter. Medulla oblongata. It lies between the pons beroli and the spinal cord. It consists of white matter. It is continuous with the spinal cord. Lower part of it consists of non-vascular folded structure called posterior choroid plexus. Function of medulla oblongata are it is center for cardiac, respiratory, and vasomotor. It controls complex activities such as heart action, respiration, sneezing, and coughing. Brain stem. Midbrains, pons, and medulla oblongata collectively form the brain stem. It connects the forebrain with spinal cord. It is continuous with spinal cord. Death is declared clinically when there is cessation of brainstem function. Dear student, if brainstem is not working or its work is ceased, then death is declared clinically for the human. Ventricles of human brain. Ventricles are the cavities within the brain filled with cerebrospinal fluid. It's secreted by anterior and posterior plexus. There are four ventricles. There are right lateral ventricles, left lateral ventricles, third ventricles, fourth ventricles. Right and left lateral ventricles lies within the cerebral hemisphere below the corpus callosum. They communicate with third ventricles by foramen of Monro. Third ventricles situated below the lateral ventricles between two parts of the thalamus. It is communicated with third ventricle by narrow canal called cerebral aqueduct. Fourth ventricle. It is a lozenge-shaped cavity situated below and behind the third ventricle between the cerebrum and pons varolii. It connects below the central canal of spinal cord. Cerebrospinal fluid. It is lymph-like intracellular fluid. It consists of salts, glucose, and a small amount of albumin, globulin, and few traces of urea and creatinine. It is secreted by anterior and posterior choroid plexus in ventricles of brain, central canal of spinal cord, and space around the brain and spinal cord. Total volume of CSF is about 150 milliliter. Function of CSF are: it protects brain and spinal cord. It maintains uniform pressure around this delicate structure. It acts as cushion and shock absorber. It keeps the brain and spinal cord moist and exchange of substances between CFS and nerve cells. It excretes harmful metabolic waste, drugs, and other substances from the brain to the blood. It nourishes the nerve cells. It also acts as buffer. It acts as buoyancy and makes the brain low weight. Spinal cord now. Spinal cord is posterior part of central nervous system which runs mid-dorsally within the vertebral column. It is elongated, almost cylindrical part. It extends from the medulla oblongata within vertebral column to the level of second lumbar vertebra. Spinal cord measures about 40 to 45 centimeter long and 2 centimeter thick. It is surrounded by the same three meanings found in the brain. Internally, spinal cord is divided into left and right symmetrical halves. Posterior is median sulcus and anterior is median fissure. There is a central canal surrounded by a butterfly-shaped area of gray matter. Around the gray matter, there is white matter. Gray matter is an yacht shaped with two dorsal and ventral horns. Roots of spinal nerve are originated from the horns. There are 31 pairs of spinal nerves arises from different segments of spinal cord. Each spinal nerve carries both sensory and motor impulses. Spinal nerves connects with nerve roots. Now let's hear the tiers of spinal cord. Dear student, please this figure is very easy to draw, and please draw yourself and the parts of spinal cord which we have discussed just previous in the slide is also labeled here, and please practice well yourself. Nerve root. Dorsal nerve root. It originates from the dorsal horn of gray matter. It consists of only sensory fibers. It bears the dorsal root ganglion connecting only sensory cells. Now, ventral nerve root, it originates from the ventral horn of gray matter. It is made up of only motor fibers. It doesn't bear ganglion. Function of spinal cord. It is center of spinal reflex action. Its stimuli are passed from and to the brain through the spinal cord. Now, next part of the brain, that is peripheral nervous system, or the next part of the nervous system is peripheral nervous system. PNS, it consists of cranial nerves, those arises from the brain, and spinal nerves, which are arises from the spinal cord. Dear students, cranial nerves are 12 pairs, and these arises from ventral side of the brain. And here is listed the name of the cranial nerve and types of that fiber and organs innervated and their function. See here, first of all, first one is olfactory nerve. It is sensory in type. It's innervate to a mucus in nose. Its function is smell. Next one is optic nerve. It is sensory in type. It innervate in retina of eye. Its function is vision. Oculomotor nerve. It is motor type fiber. It innervated in eye muscles, ciliary muscles. Its function is eye movement and accommodation of eyes. Trochlear nerve. It is motor type fiber. It innervate into superior oblique muscles of eyeball, and its function is eye movement. Trigeminal nerve, it is mixed type fiber. It innervates into skin teeth, mucosal membrane of mouth, and its function is sensation of head face. Abducens nerve, it is motor type fiber. It innervates into eyeball muscles. Its function is eyeball movement. Auditory nerve, it is sensory in types. It's innervate into internal ear. Its function is equilibrium of body and hearing. Facial nerve, it is mixed type. It innervate into taste bud, salivary gland, facial and neck muscles. Its function is facial expression, salivary secretion, and taste. Glossopharyngeal, it is mixed type nerve. It enters into pharynx, tongue, salivary gland. Its function is taste, swallowing, and saliva secretion. Vagus nerve, it is mixed type. It innervates into pharynx to viscera. Its function is visceral reflex. Spinal accessory nerve, it is motor type. It innervates into thoracic and abdominal viscera. Its function is visceral reflexes, shoulder movement. Hypoglossal nerve, it is motor type nerves. It innervates into muscles of tongue itself in movements of tongue. Spinal nerves. There are 31 pairs of spinal nerves in a human, emerge from either side of spinal cord from intervertebral foramen. There are 8 pair cervical nerve, 12 pair thoracic nerve, 5 pair lumbar nerve, 5 pair sacral, 1 pair in tail region is coccygeal, and it is total spinal fibers are 31 pairs. So the spinal nerve formula can be given as C8 TS12 L5 S5 CO1. All total 31 pairs. Each nerve for spinal nerve is a mixed nerve. It originates by 2 roots, dorsal or sensory or afferent root, and ventral or motor or efferent root from spinal cord. The 2 roots join within the neural canal of vertebral column. Each spinal nerve immediately divides into 3 branches. Ramus dorsalis, it supplies muscles of dorsal side. Ramus ventralis, it supplies muscles and skin of ventral and lateral sides. Ramus communicans, it joins sympathetic ganglions nerve. Now, third part of the nervous system is autonomic nervous system, ANS. Autonomic nervous system control and coordinates the various activities of visceral organs. Hence, it is also called visceral nervous system. It consists of two antagonistic system. Antagonistic system means opposite in function. That is sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system consists of four chains. They are sympathetic chains, sympathetic fibers, collateral ganglia, postganglionic sympathetic fibers. Sympathetic chain are long lateral chain of sympathetic ganglia. Sympathetic fiber are short-sized axon originated from the gray matter of spinal cord. Collateral ganglia are three collateral ganglia, coeloid ganglia, superior mesenteric ganglia, and inferior mesenteric ganglia. Postganglionic sympathetic fiber. These are long-sized axon of neurons originated from collateral ganglia. These nerves supply the visceral organs and iris and ciliary muscles. The sympathetic nerves stimulate the adrenal gland to secrete adrenaline or noradrenaline, so these are called adrenaline fibers. Parasympathetic nerve system. It also consists of three parts. They are preganglionic parasympathetic fiber, which are long-sized axon of neuron present in midbrain, brainstem, and sacral region of spinal cord. These are emerging from cranium and scrotum from craniosacral outflow. Parasympathetic ganglia are present either close or inside the muscles of visceral organs. These are isolated ganglia. These ganglia join the preganglionic fibers and postganglionic fibers. Postganglionic parasympathetic fibers. These are short-sized axon of neurons arising from the parasympathetic ganglia and supply smooth muscles and glands or visceral organs. Now let's know about the synapses. Synapses is an area of functional contact between one neurons and another to transfer information. Synapses are usually found between the fine terminal branches of the axon of a neuron and the dendrites or cell body of another. Structure of synapses. A typical synapses consists of bulbous expansion of a nerve terminal called a presynaptic nerve close to the membrane of a dendrite. Cytoplasm of synaptic nerve contains mitochondria, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, microfilaments, and numerous synaptic vesicles. Each vesicle contains neurotransmitter responsible for transmission of nerve impulse across the synapses. The membrane of synaptic nerve nearest the synapses is thickened and forms the presynaptic membrane. These membranes are separated by a gap, the synaptic cleft. The postsynaptic membrane contains large protein molecules which act as receptor site for neurotransmitter and numerous channels and pores. The two neurotransmitters in vertebrate nerves are acetylcholine ACH and noradrenaline, although other neurotransmitters also exist. Neurons which can release the neurotransmitters are called choline neurons and adrenergic neurons. Stimulus. Stimulus is a sudden change in the external or the internal environment which excite the nerves or organism or muscles as whole. The stimulus which is capable to just excite given tissue is called the threshold stimulus. There are many types of stimuli which can excite the tissue. That is mechanical stimuli which include touch, muscular stress, physical stimuli which include heat and humidity, chemical stimuli which include electrical stimuli is able to excite. Properties of a nerve fiber. Nerves are excitable in function. When a nerve fiber is stimulated by stimuli of physical, mechanical, or chemical means, an impulse is formed, it is called excitability. Conductivity, when the stimulated nerve transmits the impulse in a particular direction, is called conductivity. Refractory periods, after excitation or transmission of nerve impulses, nerve regain the original state is called refractory period. Summation, when stimulus applied to a nerve fiber is below the threshold stimulus, then it fails to stimulate any response. However, if the same stimulus is continuously applied, stimulations occurs. This is called summation. All are non-rule. When the organism gives response by stimulation, it cannot be increased or response is always maximum. It is called all or none rule. Extracellular fluid and intracellular fluid. Nerve is bathed inside the fluid, outside the nerve is extracellular fluid, and inside the nerve fiber is intracellular fluid. That means nerve contain that fluid from outside and inside. Extracellular fluid contain a large amount of sodium chloride, bicarbonates, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and other metabolic waste. Intracellular fluid contain a large amount of potassium, magnesium phosphate, along with proteins and organic molecules. Most of the solutes in extracellular fluid and intracellular fluid are electrically charged particles or the ions. They are potassium ion and sodium ion. Differential permeability. Extracellular fluid contains 10 times more sodium ion than inside the membrane of nerve cells, which make outer side electropositive. Potassium ions are 25 times more in intracellular fluid, which makes inner side membrane electronegative. It is due to the differential permeable to sodium ion and potassium ion, calcium ion, and chloride ion. Cell membranes of neuron is less permeable for sodium ion, but it is more permeable for potassium ion, about 50 times more than sodium ion. This phenomenon is called differential permeability. It is maintained by sodium and potassium pump. Transmission of nerve impulse. A nerve impulse is defined as wave of depolarization of the membrane and action of nerve cells. Nerve impulse is generated in nerve fiber is an electrical phenomenon. It is described into two steps, that is transmission of nerve impulses along the nerve fibers, transmission of nerve impulses across the synapses. Transmission of nerve impulses along the nerve fiber is explained by Hodgkin and Huxley in late 1930 in three steps. Polarization or resting potential. In the rest state, inside the membrane has negative electrical potential compared to outside. This difference in potential is called resting potential, which is about minus 40 MV to minus 90 MV millivolt. Sodium ion and potassium ion are transported across the membrane against their concentration gradient by carrier protein, which is called sodium potassium pump, NAK pump, and energy is used through ATP. The sodium channel and potassium channel on the membrane of neurons are closed. Now, depolarization or action potential. Or nerve impulses can be initiated by mechanical, chemical, and physical stimulation. Sodium channels are open, but potassium channels are closed, and sodium ions float in through cell membrane and create a positive charge of plus 40 millivolt. It is very short period that change in potential and last for 3 milliseconds. When a when an action potential occurs, the axon is said to be depolarized. Now, third step is repolarization. Sodium channels are closed, potential channel are opened, and potassium ions diffuse out another along their concentration gradient. These start repolarization and resting potential going to stabilize. At the same time, nerve became less permeable for sodium ion than potassium ion. So many potassium ion flow out and inside charge become more negative than that it was originally. Unit K pump, sodium potassium pump, start at normal concentration of sodium and potassium ions are restabilized. Each pump actively transport two potassium ions into the cell to every three sodium ions transported out. The membrane is once again at its resting potential. Transmission of nerve impulse along a non-modulated nerve fiber is slower than in modulated or myelinated nerve fiber. During this condition, conduction of nerve impulses, negative charge present on outside of the depolarized area attract the negative positive charge from outer surface of next polarized area, while positive charge present on inner surface of depolarized area is attracted by negative charge on inner surface of next polarized area, so that depolarized area become repolarized and next polarized area become depolarized. Hence, the impulses moves toward synapses. Transmission of nerve impulses along modulated nerve fiber is 20 times faster than non-modulated fiber. The ionic exchange or depolarization occur only at nodes because medullary sheath is impermeable to ions. The action potential is conducted from node to node in jumping mode, also called saltatory condition of nerve impulses. Mechanism of transmission of nerve impulses across the synapses. It is explained by Henry in 1936. Following are the steps for the process. When an impulse arrives at the presynaptic nerve of axon, calcium ions concentrate at the synapses. Calcium ion passes from the synaptic cleft into synaptic node and cause the movement of synaptic vesicles toward to the surface of nerves. Vesicle discharge their neurotransmitters, chemicals, acetylcholine into the synaptic cleft and return to the cytoplasm of synaptic nerve to refill neurotransmitters. The neurotransmitters binds with protein receptor molecules in synaptic cleft. Sodium ions enter into the cell of another neuron and action potential generates on it. Thus, nerve impulses transferred to the next synapses. The acetylcholine is hydrolyzed by an enzyme acetylcholine esterase into acetic acid and choline in the cleft, which are reabsorbed into synaptic nerve and resynthesized into acetylcholine using energy from ATP. Dear students, here is shown a figure of mechanism of transmission of nerve impulses across the synapse, which I have already just discussed in previous slide. Please practice this simple figure yourself and please prepare well for NEB board exam. Thank you, class.